illegal. The first way to make money so fast it feels illegal is to understand value creation. I want to tell you a story. I sent my father a picture of our largest annual event that we held in our company, which licensed to gym owners. We had a room of 700 plus people. And he said, "Oh, that's awesome. That's so many people. How much did they pay to be there?" And I said, $42,000 a year. And he said, "Oh my God." He said, "Do they know that they're paying that much?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're aware. It's not like I'm magically siphoning money from their accounts." And it was like, okay. Now, rather than respond and be like really, mean about it, I was like, well, let's walk through this. I said, if you were able to pay $1 and get $5 back, would you do it? And he's like, well, it would depend. I said, it would depend on what? He said, well, what's the likelihood that the 5 to 1 actually happens? I said, that's just the average. So some people are below average, some people are above average. He's like, okay, that feels like a fair bet. Well, what would I need to do? I was like, great question. You'd have to dedicate probably 10 plus hours a week to fully kind of implementing a new model within your business. He was like, okay, how long would it take between when I started and when I got those types of results? And I said, about a year. He was like, okay, well, then yeah, I think I would do it. And so that thought process was kind of the first big unlock to making so much money that it should feel illegal, which is that you can't sell out of your wallet. You have to sell off of the value that you're creating for someone else. We were able to charge significantly more and profit significantly more than everybody else in my space. And so everyone else in my space was charging literally a tenth of what I was able to charge, or I prefer to say command, from the marketplace. And the reason that was able to happen was because I used something called the value equation. All right, and so the value equation has 4 components. And I'm not going to go super deep on it, but I'll just walk you through it real quick. So you've got the dream outcome, which is what's the big thing that people want? So in this instance, it'd be they want to make more money in their gym. They might want to lose weight. They might want to fix their relationship. They might want to look cool in front of their friends, whatever. The next is the perceived likelihood of achievement, or the equal opposite of that is risk. How likely is it that when I buy this thing, I get what I want? Which when he asked the question, well, how likely is it? This is what he's teasing out. The next question is time. How long is it going to take between when I start and when I get? And the longer that is, the less valuable the thing is. And then you have effort and sacrifice, which is how hard am I going to have to try? What am I going to have to start doing that I don't want to do, or stop doing that I do want to do? To be clear, the reason that I made this value equation is because for so long, many people, and you probably heard them in concert, like provide value, create value. But I was like, what does this even mean? How does one create value? And so I set out to try and figure out what makes me want to buy stuff. And so in a hypothetical example, you'd want something that would be immediate, it would be no effort, it would be guaranteed, and it would be exactly what they want the way they want it. That would be the most valuable version of whatever you could sell. And then you would say, let's say that our average is $100,000 of value. All right, now in a B2B setting, it might literally be that because it's a monetary outcome. And if it's a B2C setting, selling to consumers, then we have to abstract the value of what fitting back into your high school jeans is worth to you, or looking good on prom night, or just feeling good every single day, whatever. But we have this ROI, and then we have some sort of discount that we're going to apply to it, which accommodates risk, right? One is it's in the future. I would pay less for something that is guaranteed and immediate than not guaranteed and at a delay.